SNSM Junior College for Girls. Karapa. Section A. I. Answer the following questions. Each question carries 2 marks. 10 times 2 equals 20. 1. What is dispersion? Which color gets more relatively dispersed? 2. Define magnetic declination. 3. Magnetic lines form continuous closed loops. Why? 4. Distinguish between ammeter and voltmeter. 5. What type of transformer is used in 6 volts bed lamp? 6. What are the applications of microwaves? 7. What are eddy currents? 8. What is photoelectric effect? 9. Random the Broglie relation and write down the terms therein. 10. Define modulation. What are the different types of modulation? Section B. 2. Answer any 6 questions. 6 times 4 equals 24. Each question carries 4 marks. 11. Define focal length of a concave mirror. Prove that the radius of curvature of Cantor mirror is double its focal length. 12. Explain the formation of mirages. 13. How do you determine the resolving power of your eye? 14. Derive the expression for the intensity at a point where interference of light occurs. Arrive at the conditions for maximum and zero intensity. 15. State and explain Biot-Savart's law. 16. Derive an expression for the intensity of an electric field at a point on the axial line of an electric dipole. 17. State Kirchhoff laws with examples. 18. Explain the different types of spectral lines. Section C. 3. Answer any 2 of the following questions. Each question carries 8 marks. 19. Explain the formation stationary waves in an air column enclosed in an open pipe. 20. Explain the construction working of a potentiometer. How do you compare the amps of 2 cells? 21. Explain the construction working of a nuclear reactor with a labeled diagram. SNSM Junior College for Girls Karapa. Half-Yearly Examinations 2024. Physics First Year. 1. Answer all questions. 10 times 2 equals 20. Each question carries 2 marks. 1. What is the discovery of C.V. Raman? 2. How can systematic errors be minimized or eliminated? 3. When 2 vectors of magnitude 7 units and 24 units combine with an angle 90 degrees, what is the magnitude of their resultant? 4. What happens to the question of friction if the weight of the body is doubled? 5. If a bomb at rest explodes into 2 pieces, the pieces must travel in opposite directions. Explain. 6. Why gaps are left between rails on a railway track? 7. State Newton's law of cooling. 8. Define mean free path. 9. Why are utensils coated black? Why the bottom of utensils are made of copper? 10. Find the increase in temperature of aluminum rod if its length is to be increased by 1%. Section B. 6 times 4 equals 24. 2. Answer any 6 of the following questions. Each question carries 4 marks. 11. A car moving along a straightway speed of 126 km per hour brought to a stop within a distance of 200 meters. What is the retardation of the car, uniform speed, and how long does it take for the car to stop? 12. State parallelogram law of vectors. Derive an expression for the magnitude and direction of the resultant vector. 13. State the laws of rolling friction. 14. What is the escape velocity? Obtain an expression for it. 15. Distinguish between center of mass and center of gravity. 16. Describe the behavior of a wire under gradually increasing the load. 17. Explain conduction, convection and radiation with examples. 18. In what way is the anomalous behavior of water advantageous to aquatic animals? Section C. 2 times 8 equals 16. 3. Answer any 2 questions. Each question carries 8 marks. 19. What are collisions? Explain the possible types of collisions. Develop the theory of one-dimensional elastic collision. 20. Show that motion of a simple pendulum is simple harmonic and hence derive equation for the time period. What is seconds pendulum? 21. Explain reversible and irreversible processes. Describe the working of Carnot engine. Obtain an expression for the efficiency.
Answers. 1. The phenomenon of splitting of light into its component colors is known as dispersion of light. Dispersion takes place due to change the track to index of the medium for different wavelengths. Bending of violet component of white-earth wavelength. 2. The magnetic meridian at a place makes some angle d with true geographic north and south direction. 3. In magnetism, magnetic monopoles do not exist. So the simple possible ways to take a magnetic dipole. Hence, magnetic lines of force start from North Pole and ends with South Pole. So the magnetic lines of force form continuous closed loops. 4. Ammeter. 1. It is used to measure electric current in a circuit. 2. Its resistance must be low. 3. In circuit, it must be connected in series. Voltmeter. 1. It is used to measure potential difference between 2 points. 2. Its resistance must be high. 3. In circuit, it must be connected in parallel points between given 2 points. 5. In 6 volts bed lamp voltage in the secondary circuit is 6 volts but the mains supply is 240 volts. Therefore VD less than VP. Hence, the transformer used in 6 volts bed lamp is step-down transformer. 6. Microwaves are widely used in radar, because of their small wavelengths. Microwaves are used in microwave ovens due to the frequency of microwave reason is nearly equal to resident frequency of water molecule. 7. When large pieces of conductors are subjected to changing magnetic flux, current is induced in them. These induced currents are called eddy currents. 8. The process of liberating an electron from the metal surface due to light energy falling on it is called photoelectric effect. 9. The Broglie humor that matter will also exhibit wave nature when it is in motion. 10. The process of combining audio frequency signal with high frequency signal is called modulation is necessary for the following reasons. 1. To reduce the size of antenna. 2. To increase the effective power radiated by antenna. 3. To avoid mixing up of signals from different transmitters.
Once we move on to essay questions, the following questions have been asked under 8 marks. What are collisions? Explain the possible types of collisions. Develop the theory of one-dimensional elastic collision. By the way, show that the motion of a simple pendulum is simple harmonic and hence derive an equation for its time period. What is the seconds pendulum? What is the time period of the seconds pendulum? Explain reversible and irreversible process. Describe the working of Carnot engine. Obtain an expression for the efficiency. Since the length of the video happens to be too long, if all the essay questions are also explained, we are going to display the essay questions are 8 marks questions. An answer for elastic collisions and velocities of two bodies after elastic collision. Simple pendulum and expression for the time period of simple pendulum and second pendulum. Reversible and irreversible process, working of Carnot engine and its efficiency. Contribution of C.V. Raman to physics is called Raman effect. It deals with the scattering of light molecules of a medium when they are excited to vibrational energy levels. Systematic errors can be minimized by improving experimental techniques, selecting better or suitable instruments, removing personal bias. Therefore, these are the 3 techniques by which systematic errors can be minimized. It's given that P is equal to 7 units and Q is equal to 24 units. R is equal to under root 7 square plus 24 plus 2 into 7 into 24 into cos 90. R is equal to root 625, that is equal to 25 units. When weight of the body is doubled, there is no change in coefficient of friction. Friction is directly proportional to normal reaction. Therefore, coefficient of friction remains constant. There is only change in the frictional force and normal reaction. Explosion is generally due to law of conservation of linear momentum. According to it, internal forces cannot change the momentum of the system. So after explosion, m1 v1 plus m1 2 v2 is equal to 0. Therefore m1 v1 is equal to minus m2 v2. According to law of conservation of linear momentum, they will fly in opposite directions. Gaps are left between rails on a railway track to allow the linear expansion of rails. In summer, temperature of atmosphere increases, so rails will expand. If no gap is given between rails, then the rails will bend, it leads to accidents. If gap is given, the rails will expand into that gap and the track is safe. To Newton's law of cooling, the rate of loss of heat of a body is directly proportional to the difference of temperature of the body and its surroundings. Mean free path of gas molecules is the average distance covered by a molecule between two successive collisions. Bodies are good absorbers of heat. When utensils are coated black, they absorb heat quickly. Please do like, share and subscribe Srinivas Search Agent to get the continuous updates.